up, vinyl community? Aaron back with another vinyl update. This past Saturday, some buddies and I from the Vinylocity Facebook group got in my car and we drove up to Columbus, Ohio, hit a few record stores, and we had a very limited time frame. So we ran as fast as we could from one store to the next just to get a taste of what was available. We had about 3 or 4 hours total up there, and it was pouring down the rain, and we sat in traffic. So, needless to say, we didn't get as much time as we needed or wanted. Listening to music by my buddy Rob's band Effigy. They can be found on, I believe it's Bandcamp at effigytunes.bandcamp. I'll put a link down below. Some great 80s rock, if you're into that kind of thing. I'm digging it. Been listening to it this afternoon. Some really great tunes. So, anyways, on to the vinyl. I'll be talking about some of the stuff that I got from Discogs and some of the stuff that I picked up in Columbus. And at the end, you'll see some pictures and videos from my trip to Columbus with my friends from the Vinylocity Facebook group. Come and find us, join our group, trying to spread the word, get some more members, have some good conversations in there. It's a good time. Okay, first, picked this up at Lost Weekend Records, Columbus. Elvis Costello's Greatest Hits with the Attractions. I'm trying to complete my collection of albums with the Attractions, and this is one of the final pieces to that puzzle. There's just one very expensive piece of the puzzle left at this point. So. Paid $8 for it, overpaid, but I only got a couple things. So, Man Out of Time, Elvis Costello and the Attractions. It's a single. This is actually on F-Beat UK pressing. I picked this one up from a store called Spoonful Records in Columbus. And, it was more of a coffee house feeling to it. The decor and the lighting, and as clean as it was, and the way that they were set up. Nice dudes behind the counter. Everybody, it was a little bit more hipster than the other stores. But I dug it. It was the last place that we went before we headed home. And it was a nice little place. So, next two albums I picked up from Lost Weekend on North High Street. Lost Weekend Records. 2 Dr. Hook albums. Becoming a big fan of Dr. Hook, because you never know what you're going to get. Every song, not even every album, but every song is different. One song, it could be like a country whatever, and the next song could be something harder and heavier. They have an album called Belly Up that I got. It's really cool. They have a song called Penicillin Penny. If you haven't ever heard that song, look it up. It's pretty fun. This one is Rising, and this one is still in the shrink, and it's got the hype sticker I like. Sometimes You Win. I like the artwork with the lady's eyes crying through the dice. And there's a picture of the dudes in the band. Moving on. Picked this one up from eBay. I had trouble finding it anywhere else. I have this, but I don't have a sleeve. The vinyl was in horrible condition when I found it. Literally found it. And it's nice to have a near mint in the shrink copy of Humble Pie, as safe as yesterday is. For anybody that doesn't know, this album kicks ass. You have to hear it. It's perfect from start to finish. It's easily one of my favorite records. Find it, buy it, listen to it. Overpaid for this one in Columbus. This is a Humble Pie. I picked this one up at Lost Weekend. I think I paid, I guess I only paid $5 for it. That's fair. I guess I didn't overpay. But On to Victory, Humble Pie. Haven't listened to this one yet. Shout out to my good buddy Ed, who came along and bought me this Yes Songs 3 LP set for driving. They split the gas and bought me a nice record for putting the miles. on the pavement. It is, I believe, a live, a three disc live set, and they're on Atlantic. The artwork on this is so sick, just like their music. It's so artsy, just all over the place. So is their artwork, and then this is it just seems like it keeps going and keeps going. Turn it around. It's huge. Look forward to cleaning this one and getting it on the player. This one came from a Discogs seller where I bought 3 things from him. This is the first thing, and I got it a Vita. It is on Atco. It's the yellow label. It's a very good plus. I love the 17.5 minutes of, or 17 minutes and 5 seconds of the In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. I love every second of it. I love the drum parts. I love the breakdowns. It's just a really awesome 17 minutes, especially late at night with a glass of Crown at a buddy's house. So, good memories, great songs. The next is another Iron Butterfly album. This one features Panera and Rhino. It's called Metamorphosis. Picked this one up for $1 at Elizabeth Records. Elizabeth Records was on Indianola, and their $2 records were on sale for $1. They were an entirely used store. So, very cool. They had everything. As soon as you walk in the door, they had a whole Brubeck section. So if that tells you anything, if you can walk in and Brubeck's the first thing that you see, an entire section of it, you know it's worth some time spent in that store. So this is the second thing I got from the Discogs guy. Walk on the Wild Side, best of Lou Reed. Huge Lou Reed fan. Huge fan of the Velvet Underground. So this is the first thing that I've picked up solo from Lou Reed. Don't typically do the best ofs, especially first, but it was he had it, and it was part of that deal that we worked out, and look forward to giving it a listen. Picked up Devo's Butch Devo and the Sundance gig on Record Store Day, and fell in love with the band all over again just from my childhood, and found this Ohio Natives Devo. They have their own little section at most stores for Ohio records, and Devo, I believe they met at Kent State College, Akron, Ohio. Might have to fact check that. I feel like I overpaid a little bit for this one. I think I paid $10, but they had 20% off. So their $2 records were $1, and then their other things were marked down 20%. So good store to support. So I didn't mind spending the extra couple dollars. And we got 2 more things to show you. This next one was a 99-cent find from Magnolia Thunderpussy on North High Street in Columbus. It was the first store that we had went to, and surprisingly, I walked away with one thing because I was trying to be frugal. Everybody else kind of blew their wad there, or part of their wads there, and I tried to behave, and I only picked up one thing, and it was from the 99-cent bin, AC/DC High Voltage. The cover has some tape and some spine damage, but overall, even the cover's not that bad. Whoever wrote their name on it, thanks for doing that. Us collectors love that. It's on Atco. And the reason it's coming home with me is because it's a first pressing. Porky's Prime Cut is in the dead wax. I know you're not going to be able to see that. I'm going to try. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if you saw it or not, but Porky's Prime Cut, meaning it is a first pressing. I'm hoping after I clean it, it's going to even be playable. We'll give it a chance and we'll see. And just cross our fingers. The last thing I'm going to show is something that I'm gonna knock off my Grail list, and something that I've wanted since the beginning of me liking music. The first musician that I ever really fell in love with was Eric Clapton, and in return, I fell in love with Delaney and Bonnie. I fell in love with Cream. I fell in love with Ginger Baker. I fell in love with Blind Faith. I fell in love with his solo stuff. I fell in love with Billy Preston because I found him through Eric Clapton. When I saw the Reptile tour back in 2001, I discovered Billy Preston, who was on tour with him. Just so much can be said for my love for Eric Clapton's music and just how genuine of a person that he seemed to be. And today, we can mark off Blind Faith, first U.S. pressing, with the lyric sheets inside, original liner note, first U.S. pressing on the Atco label. It is my Atco day here. Seems like almost everything I got was on Atco. But I hope nobody gets offended by the artwork. Two of my favorite songs of all time, Presence of the Lord and Can't Find My Way Home. I put it on today and I listened to it through headphones, and it hasn't even been spin cleaned yet. I cleaned it a little bit, but I was so anxious to get it on the turntable that I polished it up, did a quick job, got it on the turntable, put on the headphones and blasted it. And when Presence of the Lord, where Clapton goes from the guitar part into the funk jam towards the middle, I got a cold chill and almost teared up. It was just sounded so amazing in my ears, and it was just something. I can finally mark it off my list. I get to hold it, I get to see it, I get to hear it, I get the whole package. It's something I've been wanting for a long time. It's not the best copy. I'll eventually get a near mint copy, and preferably maybe even a UK pressing, but just to have it is enough for me as a lover more than a collector in this case. So that is it as far as the vinyl goes. Now stay tuned for videos and pictures from my trip to Columbus featuring music from the band Effigy. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, enjoy the music. passing by.